There's only 4 guitar pedals you need to make pretty fantastic and versatile sounds. It's really fun to discover all of the pedal types and brands at your guitar shop, but a great place to start is with essential pedals, a distortion, a delay, a chorus, and a tuner. Distortion is for rock and all the subgenres, indie, metal, grunge, etc. Great for heavy riffs and solos as well. Okay, so here I have a Ibanez Tube Screamer, pretty classic pedal. I'm gonna just flick it on. So with this pedal, you can get quite a variety, some nice overdrive, some distortion. I'm gonna turn the drive knob down. I'm gonna leave the tone where it's at, 12 o'clock, and the level where it's at. Now drive, that's just the amount of distortion that you get. So now I already have a little bit of gain on my tone, but I'm gonna turn this up, and you'll hear as I bring it up, we get more. Here is with it all the way on. So you can get pretty heavy for some leads. Of course, you can back it off. You can change the tone, get a little thicker bass tone for some rhythm playing. And then maybe boost that tone, plus the drive for those leads. And then the level knob, that's just basically your output volume going to the next pedal. So that's where you would have your control of your volume with this particular pedal. So that is our overdrive distortion pedal here. Now distortion, along with most gain and overdrive pedals, go early in the pedal chain. In this case, they'll go directly after the tuner pedal and before any modulation pedals like chorus, with your delay pedal typically at the end. Hey, now if you're enjoying guitar tricks, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And hit that like button, it really helps us out. Now back to the lesson. A delay pedal is the other quintessential guitar pedal that you'll want. Delay will add a whole bunch of mojo to your sound. Add a short slap or echo delay, and it gives your sound some size and depth. Use a longer delay with more repeats and get an experimental psychedelic sound and everything in between. So I'm going to turn my delay pedal on. This is the DoD Rubberneck Analog Delay. Okay, so with this delay pedal, your essential controls are going to be time, repeats, and level. So time is going to be the time that your repeats happen. So it could be short like this. This would be good for a slapback sound or a quick sound, good for like rockabilly, country, or rhythm playing. And then if you increase the time, the repeats will be longer between repeats. You can go very long, depending on the pedal. So this is quite long. This would be more experimental. Typically you set it, I don't know, around 25%. And then of course, if you're playing with a band or in a specific style, you might want a specific tempo, and that's where the tap tempo knob comes in handy. So if we had a 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we would get that tempo. Okay, and then the repeats is just the amount of repeats that you get. So if I turn it all the way down, we only get 1 repeat. If I start to turn it up, we'll get more repeats. If I go all the way up, we might get infinite. And then it'll start to blow out the signal. So that's repeats. And then finally level, this is the mix in how the delay and the repeats are mixed into the signal. So if I turn it all the way down, I'm not going to get anything. If I start to bring it up, it starts to come in. I'm going to set it at a normal setting here. basics of how a delay pedal works. Your delay pedal will typically go last in your pedal chain in this case. This makes it so that the entirety of your guitar's sound will finally go through the delay effect at the end, so that our main tone with distortion or clean stays unaffected by the delay. A chorus pedal will create really fun textures in your sound. This effect is regularly used by all kinds of guitarists in genres like 80s rock to current indie rock, and so many other genres as well. Having this pedal as an option for color and texture will round out your pedal board. Chorus is a great modulation pedal to get started with before trying out other modulation pedals like phasers and flangers. The chorus effect is simply your guitar signal duplicated, with one or both signals either delayed or pitch modulated, or both from each other. This delay and pitch amount can vary or be set to move, giving it a dreamy, washy, and shimmery quality. Okay, so here we have the Electro Harmonix Neoclone. So with this, we just have a depth control and a rate. So the depth is gonna be how much the chorus effect is on the signal. And then the rate is how fast it rolls around. So if it's really low, as I turn it up, you can start to hear it cycle around. And in the depth, you can hear it's a lot heavier. Be all the way up. And that's your chorus. Now you'll want to place your chorus pedal or any modulation pedals after your distortion and before your delay. This way, the distorted tone will then go into the chorus pedal, and then from there it will go into the delay pedal, and it won't be affected by those two previously. This is a classic way to build your pedal chain. Some guitarists like to switch pedal positions around, but that's a conversation for another lesson. Now, none of these effects really mean anything unless your guitar is in tune. So be sure to grab a tuner pedal and place it at the front of your pedal chain. This is for two reasons. Number one, when you click the tuner on, you are tuning the guitar's clean tone. This way the pedal will show you the most accurate note your guitar is producing. Otherwise, the tuner will be attempting to tell you what note is occurring through your distortion, or especially like a chorus, where it's modulating the pitch. Now, this won't be an accurate in-tune note. And two, it can act as a kill switch for your guitar. So when you have all these effects, your guitar can get rather noisy, even when not playing anything. Having a kill switch to mute your guitar at any moment is very handy. Now, different pedals will have slightly different interfaces, but the general gist is to tune your guitar to line up the lights at the tuner screen to a 12 o'clock position. So this is a TC Electronic Polytune. So if I tune my high E string, you can see if I take it out a little bit, that's flat to the left. So I'm trying to get it to the middle and the red to turn green. If I go above it, it's going to be sharp. So to the right is sharp. We want it just in the middle and to tune up to it rather than down to it. The other cool thing about this Polytune is you can strum all 6 strings and it'll pick up each string. So you can just strum all 6 of them and then it switches it around. You can see that B string there needs to be tuned up. Now they're all in tune. Okay, here we are, our essential pedal board to get started in the world of guitar pedals. Couple other things to mention here are pedal board accessories. To power all of these pedals, you'll either need a lot of batteries or one spot power supply with a daisy chain extender. That's what I have here. This way you can plug in all your pedals into one outlet, which keeps your cable organized, simple, and clean. Also, many pedals nowadays don't even have a battery option, so it's safer to just go the power supply route. It's also important to note that certain pedals require more or less power than others. Always double check whether it's a 9 volt or 12 volt requirement, and also what the MA or the milliamps rating is. This is the minimal amount of current required to power the pedal. Knowing this info will help to be sure that your power supply can effectively handle your pedal along with the other pedals. Now, each of these pedals need to be connected to each other. To do that, we use patch cables. So just to see here, I've got my guitar cable going in to the tuner, and then we have a patch cable here. This is a small, cheap 3-inch one that you can get at any local music shop. And that's going into our distortion pedal. It's going out, and we have another patch cable, and that's connecting us to our chorus pedal. And then from the chorus out into the delay pedal. And then finally out of the delay pedal, we have another 1/4-inch guitar cable, and that's going to go into our amp. And I'd like to give an honorable mention to the amplifier. After your guitar signal goes through all of your effects, it goes into the amp, which has settings all its own. There's volume, gain, and EQ. The speaker configuration and whether it's a solid state or tube amp will put the final touches on your overall tone. Would you like to see a video on dialing in your amp settings? Leave a comment. Be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Congratulations on setting up your essential pedal board. Now's where the fun begins. See you in the next one.